everyone, welcome to the video. I'm sure you can tell what we're going to be doing based on the title, but I want to make some resin stuff. I've been wanting to create some more stuff for my Etsy shop that isn't just like blind dates with books, so I thought let's make maybe some resin bookmarks, you know? I think that'd be cute. I also have a mold to make resin rings, more so for myself, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put them on the internet for sale. I also created this, which you can't even really see. I've got you at a really weird location, like you're like up under my desk, but it's the only place that I can show my face and the desk a little bit, so sorry about the weird angle. But I did create this, and I'll get a better shot of it and put it in as like some B-roll. But this is a custom bookshelf glass. So what I do is I take 11 of the books of your choice and I put them in this little bookshelf on this little cup, and I think it's adorable. For example, I've got some of my favorite books on this, like I've got Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, I've got Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, I've got Praise on here, that's a good book. I got a couple Colleen Hoover books. I got Hopeless, Heartbones, Ugly Love. You know, I think it's a cool way to kind of represent, you know, represent the books you love. So if you're interested, I'm going to try to get this up in my Etsy shop ASAP because these are really fun to make, and I want to see what your guys' favorite books are because I want to know those things. So this is just one thing I'll be adding to my Etsy shop. I have also created a custom reading tracker, like reading journal. It's a digital file, and it's only $3.50, and I'll put it up on the screen here. But I thought that it would be cool to have a way to kind of track the books you're reading and track your progress. And I know those exist, but not in the aesthetic that I wanted. So I decided to make my own, and it is a full year tracker, and I don't know, check that out if you're interested. I really enjoyed making it, and I'm really proud of it. So just a little shameless plug for the two other things that I'm making for my Etsy shop. But today, let's do some resin because, I don't know, I was inspired recently by A Court of Thorns and Roses because I've been re-listening to that, the audiobooks. I've been listening to the graphic audio, and I didn't know, I keep going off on tangents, but I didn't know that the second part of the second book wasn't out yet. So I'm just sitting here halfway through the book waiting for the next graphic audio. Either way, I wanted to make bookmarks inspired by that book, particularly maybe the characters. I kind of wanted to do like an Asriel bookmark. I wanted to do a Cassian bookmark, maybe Rhysand, maybe Feyre. I was thinking about maybe doing like a Night Court style bookmark. So I don't know. I've got a lot of inspiration and a lot of ideas. Let's see if I can actually execute them. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. And yes, so I'm going to kick my doggos out because resin is not good for you to be breathing in, and they can't wear masks. So they will be evacuated. And I also will have a mask and gloves because I don't want to risk my health because that would be pointless. So yeah, let's just get started. I have this whole shopping basket, don't ask me where I got it, of supplies to make resin stuff. So first I'm going to get this area set up, but I'm going to double check one thing, and that is it level? So I've got my level here, you can barely see it, and as long as we are in those black lines, we are good. So this one, the desk is pretty level this way, and then I want to look, is it level this way? And it is within the line, so we're pretty level. The reason it's important that it is level is because if it's not, resin is self-leveling, right? So it's going to like move so that it sits level on top. So if your desk is not level, you're gonna have an uneven resin item. So we wanna make sure that it is as level as possible, and this is as level as we're getting. I also have a silicone mat. I don't know if it matters which side of the silicone mat is up, but I have this silicone mat, and this will help if I get any spillover. It will not stick to my table because I don't want to ruin this desk. This is a really nice, like, secretary. What is it called? It's not a secretary because it's big. It's like a writing desk. It's got all the drawers and stuff. Yeah. Don't want to ruin this desk. So I'm gonna have my silicone mat, and then I've got my bookmark molds. So I think maybe we'll start with like 3 bookmarks. Oh, there's even little ones. But I think I'm going to start with these medium-sized bookmarks. I do have this little ring mold that I got, which you can probably see here. It's got sizes 4 through 9, which fits me. There's dog hair on all of this, which fits me perfectly because I got little baby fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna do probably 3 bookmarks that I've got here, and then I will set out this ring mold in case I have any extra resin to pour. Other than that, I probably won't mess with it because it intimidates me, because you have to get the resin in these tiny little crevices. So I'm gonna start with just these 3. I'm also gonna quickly plug in my heat gun because I'm scared of bubbles. I don't want to make this stuff and then have a crap ton of bubbles in it. So I'm gonna get this plugged in and ready to go. Okay, and then I've got all my other little surprise. I've got all my other little supplies. So I've got some popsicle sticks of different varying sizes. My mom gave me this stuff. I've got a big plastic cup, a bunch of little plastic cups, and this little silicone pouring measuring cup, which I think will be nice for pouring the resin. But I am gonna be making 3 different kinds, so I'm probably not gonna be able to use this for all of them because I don't want to clean it out in between. So I've got all of this supplies. I've got my heat gun plugged in. I also got, this is almost like a haul and also a making crafts, because I also got some mica powders from Amazon. So this is how I'm gonna color the resin, and then I've got a crap ton of little glitters. So I thought that it'd be cool to kind of mix and match with these. And then I also have my gold flakes, which I use for my nails, so I already had these. But most importantly, I have my gloves, which they gave me. I want to buy a pack of gloves though, because these are not gonna fit me, but I'm gonna do my best. And then also a mask. Now, I know that this isn't technically the correct mask. I couldn't figure out what mask to get until I bought it and then went home and did research. But this does protect from odor and like vapors. So it's still better than like an N95, but I should have a better respirator. So I definitely recommend getting a better respirator when you're working with resin, but this is the one that I'm gonna be using. So yeah, I'm gonna start mixing up the resin, and I think I'm just gonna switch over to the other camera, and I will see you when I'm done doing all of this fancy stuff, because I'm intimidated, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. I've watched a lot of videos. Never mind, knock on wood. I don't wanna jinx myself. Okay. Okay, so let's get started making these resin bookmarks. As you can see, here are the gloves. Do not fit me. We knew that was going to happen though. And here I am doing some math very slowly in my head, because I needed 60 milliliters total of this resin. So I was like, okay, 30 each, right? So here I am measuring it out, and you want to make sure that it is totally a 1-to-1 ratio. So I was being super picky and making sure that this was completely accurate, you know. You don't want any bendy resin, so I was trying to make sure that it was going to cure correctly. So here I am mixing part A and part B of the resin in this little silicone measuring cup. This thing did come in handy because it was nice to like mix my bulk batch of resin in here and then pour that into the little individual cups. And then I mixed that thing thoroughly and slowly for a good 5 minutes. Just to make sure that it's fully mixed, and I did it delicately so we didn't get any bubbles, because I was hardcore worried about bubbles in this project. And now I'm going to divide this resin into 4 different parts. So for these bookmarks, I planned on having black on the bottom of each of them, and then colored glitter on the top with the gold flakes. So I've got 3 for my different color tops, and then 1 for the black. Now, if you saw that little smoke, it's because I did use a heat gun and something got too hot. Don't know if it was the heat gun, the silicone, the epoxy, who knows? But I was slightly concerned. But yeah, so I'm just dividing these up, and now I'm going to start putting in the different mica powders and glitters. I did separate out some of the resin right here because I was worried that I would have too much. Not the case. Definitely needed that extra resin later in the video, but that's fine. So I'm going to try putting in the black mica powder first, and these things are hard to open, okay? Hard to open. But I did a little at a time because I was worried I didn't want to overpower the epoxy, because that can affect the curing if you put too many additives in. So I slowly added the black mica powder, and now I am off to mixing the really pretty ones. So the first one I was basing off of Rhysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses. All 3 of these are actually based on characters from the ACOTAR series. So the first one is Rhysand, like I said. So I started with just some gold flakes because, I don't know, Rhys gives me black and gold vibes, you know? That fits. Later I do end up adding some black glitter though, because I feel like it looks a little bit better. And I did a similar thing for Cassian and Azriel as well. I added in some gold flakes, and I added like their color glitter, you know what I mean? Because Cassian, obviously red, his siphons are red. So I added in this beautiful red glitter. And similar with how I did to the mica powder, I just took a couple small scoops just because I don't want to affect the curing time on the resin, and I don't want to affect the possibility of curing at all with the resin because I wanted these bookmarks to succeed. So I have Cass's mixed up, and it's a stunning red and gold. I love it. And then usually I don't like blue, but this bookmark turned out stunning. I really like this blue glitter with the gold flake. It just, it's good. But yeah, just in case I haven't mentioned this anywhere else, I did get most of the supplies from Amazon. Don't love supporting them, but the convenience factor, man. I'm trying. But the fact that I go from hobby to hobby, it's really hard to not include Amazon in that. Either way, so I've got all of them mixed up, and I'm like, do I want to add black glitter? The answer is yes. Always. Always black glitter. This stuff is beautiful. So it's black glitter, and it also has like a holographic aspect to it. You know, it's got a little hollow, and it's so pretty. It totally reminds me of Rhysand. But now I am getting to pouring the resin. This was definitely kind of hard to figure out at first. I was like, should I pour both at the same time? No, we're doing one at a time. So what I did is I essentially poured a little bit of black and then a little bit of the clear with the glitter and kind of added to both of them until they met up in the center, which worked out well for me and was kind of satisfying to watch. See, you'll see it. Just watch. See? That is so satisfying. And then I took the popsicle stick and kind of blended the two together. You know what I mean? So to get this like seamless look. We want this to be seamless. Either way, then I added in these cute little stars that I have. So I actually already had these stars from another hobby that I hyper-focused on, which was doing my nails, which I still do sometimes, you know? But yeah, I definitely bought tons of nail supplies, didn't necessarily use them all, so it's good. They kind of translate to resin really well. But now I'm moving on to the Cassian bookmark, and I did kind of the same idea, and right about now I was realizing I don't have enough black resin. Shouldn't have separated out that resin. I do end up having enough to finish the project, but like just barely. So now I know that a little bit more black resin, a little bit less of the other resins. But yeah, now I am on to adding the little stars into Cassian's, and I actually added 3 stars per bookmark. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You know? Read the book. Great book. Great series. I already explained my frustration with the graphic audio book not being out yet, so that's upsetting. I'm still waiting on that. It is currently not January yet, so just straight chilling. But now I am creating Rhys's bookmark. This one is by far my favorite. It is my aesthetic completely, and I don't know. I love Rhysand. I love this bookmark. So I definitely barely had enough black resin to make this work for Rhysand's. But here I am pouring the glitter and gold leaf one, and then I'm adding the black too. I had to literally scrape it out because I did not have enough. But it works. It works. They do meet in the middle. See? Ooh, look at that. Stunning. So now I'm going to blend it like I blended all the other ones. And you can kind of see me at the top. I was really getting into this. I was getting real close. But yeah, I added stars to Rhys's as well. And I don't know. I love those stars. They're so cute. They're such a little inclusion, but they're adorable. So I was like, hey, I have extra resin. Let's make some rings. And I literally did not know how to get the resin in these molds. Turns out you just kind of let it fall in there. But the opening is so tiny to try to squeeze the resin in, so I wasn't able to get much glitter and gold leaf in there. But I mean, it worked. I made rings, and it was my first try, so I'm surprised. It went actually pretty well. But I made a Cassian one, I made an Az one, and then I also made a Rhys one because, I don't know, I had extra resin and I didn't know what to do with it. So, yeah, you can see me just repeatedly like stabbing these molds. I definitely overfilled the Rhys one a little bit, but it worked. It made rings, like I said. It did its job. So I realized I still had extra resin because, like I said, I should have made more black resin and a little bit less of the clear ones. Either way, I was like, hey, I have little bookmark molds. I think I've got enough resin. I didn't really have enough resin, but you know, it's a bookmark for me. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a bookmark for me to keep. So I put in the Rhysand one, the Azrael one, and the Cassian one. But yeah, that's everything I did. I will see you when we get to demold these. Okay, I am back. It is the next day, and I think everything is pretty much cured. I did check in here. Everything feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel super bendy, so that's good. So I think I'm gonna start demolding. I'm really excited. I think these turned out really cute for my first time with resin. There's no like main bubbles. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm gonna get these demolded, and I'll show you on the other camera as I'm demolding them so you can actually like see what I'm doing. So yeah, let's go. I'm gonna start with the Azrael bookmark just because I'm really excited for the Rhysand one and I kind of want to save that one for the last on these bookmarks. I also did make a extra bookmark. The mold isn't totally full, but I had extra resin, of course. So let's get to demolding because I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. This black mica powder really is stunning. Oh, but you can see the little stars I put in, which are cute. I like this. This is really pretty. Now let's demold the Cassian one. It's so satisfying. It peels off so easy. You can see the glitter like bled into the black. I love that. I guess that did happen on the Azrael one too. I was kind of blending this quite a lot. But we've got like the little stars in here. I love it. I'm in love. These are so cute. And they were relatively easy to make. I didn't struggle too much with them or with the resin. And they're not bendy. Let's get to demolding the Rhysand one because, oh, I'm excited. This is like my aesthetic. This is my aesthetic plus Rhysand is one of my faves, is my fave. So let's go, let's see. Oh, that is so stunning. I'm gonna get a better clip of these like with the flash on so you can see this glitter in here. But this one doesn't have any major bubbles. It's got the 3 stars. I'm in love with this one. Oh my gosh. So let's just do this little bookmark because I want to see how he turned out because I did not have enough resin technically to fill this, I don't think. But it looks like it actually did work out pretty well. I am the most scared though to demold these rings. I have a feeling there's going to be bubbles in here because I could not for the life of me figure out how to get the epoxy in the molds. I just kind of like piled it on there. So let's see. I'm actually going to let's start with the Cassian one. Ooh. Ooh. Never mind. That turned out pretty good, other than like this extra resin that I can knock off with like a blade. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Okay, cool. So I'm surprised on that one. Let's do Azrael next. He's coming. Ooh, oh, I got a little bit of the gold flake sticking out in the bottom, or the top there, which makes sense, because when you're trying to fill these molds, it's really hard to get the gold flake to go in the ring. You know what I mean? But that turned out pretty well, too. What I'm realizing is with the rings, I could definitely add maybe more glitter, or like more pigment, but I still really do like these. So let's get this Rhysand one demolded. This is the one I'm actually probably going to wear. That's why I put it in I think it's a size 6. Yes. And I think that this is really pretty. I'll get these all sanded too, and then I'll like show you guys the end result of the rings. But now I want to move on to making the chains for these bookmarks. Okay, so I've been messing around. I got things sanded and figured out on that end. I do have the rings done, so I will show you. I'm not sure if it's focusing enough so that you can see it, but here is Rhysand's ring. I think it's really pretty. It does fit my first finger, so that's kind of cute. I definitely think that if I were actually to make these, I would put some black resin in here too. I just didn't have any extra left over of that because I kind of would like them to match the bookmarks. But so that one's Rhysand's. Then we have Asriel's, which it's a beautiful, oh, the sunlight's coming in perfect. It's a beautiful blue and gold. And this one fits my thumb, so I can wear multiple at a time. And then I have Cassian's ring, which this one has red and gold in it. And like I said, I love these. If I were to change anything, it would be adding some black resin. I also wanted to show you guys kind of part of my process of deciding if I want to do chain on the bookmarks or tassels. So let me show you tassels first, because this is what I mainly see on the internet. So here's a black tassel on Asriel's bookmark, which doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. And it's simple. It's less work for me. I could make them cheaper so that people could afford them easier. But I want to make them different. So here is my idea for a chain. And this is Rhysand's bookmark. I had to play around on this one because this is my favorite. But yeah, so this is the idea I have for a chain, is just like a gold chain hanging down. And then you would put it in your book and it would stick up like this. But look at it just glittering. Oh, I love it. That black glitter in there is so pretty. Oh, I love it. I love this so much. So I think I'm going to go with the chain because it's different, and I don't love these tassels. They also don't like to stay, I don't know if you can see that, they don't like to stay like tight on the bookmark, and I don't want to have to sit there and glue them, and I don't know. I like the idea of making my own tassel. So we're gonna go with the gold tassels, the chain tassels, and I will talk to you once I've gotten all the bookmarks with their gold chain tassels on them. Okay, so of course it's not sunny anymore, and why would the sun be nice to me, you know? Why? I thought I'd show you the finished bookmarks. So I've got, here's all three of them. So I've got, obviously, there we go. We got Az in the center, Cassian over here, and then Rhysand right here. Now, I think that these are really pretty. So here is Cassian's. I think that that is beautiful. Even without like the bright sun, you can still see the like red glitter. I'm in love with these. I am so in love with these. And then Asriel. So here's one side. It's so pretty. And then the other side you can kind of see more of the glitter. So I thought I'd show you this side. Oh, I love them. And then my fave, Rhysand. I already kind of showed you guys this one when I was deciding if I wanted to use the tassels, but oof, am I in love. And then here's the little extra bookmark, in case you were wondering. I just put a little chain on him, and then we've got a mix of Az, Cass, and Rhys. So, I don't know. I'm in love. I'm in love with these. I had so much fun making these. I definitely am going to be adding these to my shop. I did a little math, and I think that I'm going to have them up for $12, ideally including shipping. I'm excited. Definitely check out my Etsy shop. I should have these up like within the next couple days. By the time you're seeing this, I probably already have them up because it's going to take me a hot sec to edit this video because this was a whole process. But yeah, I am super excited for these bookmarks. I am absolutely in love with these bookmarks. Yeah, I hope you guys like them too. If you enjoyed me and this video, definitely check out this video, and I just really appreciate you guys being here. But yeah, I've got water in it now, but don't forget to check out this custom bookshelf glass that I have in my shop, and also the reading tracker that I have in my shop as well. But yeah, see you guys later.